Hey everyone, sorry if you were in the other one. My phone wouldn't turn, so I was kind of not in the right direction. But hi, I am Cheryl Bricky, and as usual, I have a little cat joining me. This is Oreo. Can you say hi, Oreo? She says hi. Um, I am here to welcome you all to the Marble Mystery. We kicked it off today, and I'm really excited. I'm starting to see a few fabric polls. Oh, I don't know. I got a thing saying that I had to, I don't know, maybe my internet's having an issue. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the whole mystery quilt along, talk about the fabric requirements and what's up and coming. So today is Wednesday. And so the start of the quilt along normally will be, and every other post will be on the first Thursday of every month. Sometimes it's the first, sometimes it's like the 6th of the month. It's the first Thursday of every month, but tomorrow being a US holiday, I decided to move it up to today. So you should expect, I will be posting links to all of the instructions and everything in this Facebook group, but you can also join the newsletter. You can subscribe to the blog. You can do a whole bunch of things to make sure that you don't miss anything. And now in terms of getting in touch with me, I get things. I get Facebook Messenger, I get Instagram Direct, I get posts, comments on different posts. So I don't want to miss anyone. So if you have a question, the best way to reach me is MMD, so Middle Miss Designs, Mystery Quilts, plural, @gmail.com. So you can just email me directly. There's a post right in this string that also has that, but that will make sure that I get it, because I don't want you to have any frustrations or any questions that I don't see, because once they get buried in posts, a lot of times I don't see them. So anyway, welcome to the Marble Mystery. This year we are doing all the posts are on the blog. You can get them at any time. If you want an easy to print downloadable copy, I do have those in my shop. So you have to, quote, purchase them, but they're $0. You do not have to put in any credit card information or anything like that to go through the checkout. But that way, if something happens and I need to send out an update, I can keep tabs on it, and I can, with one button, send out an update to everyone that had downloaded it. And so far, I think it's been a really good system. I have heard from just a handful of people that have had some issues. So once again, if you do have issues, reach out to me and I'll make sure that you get the files if you want them. So anyway, there's also a bunch of quilt kits that I have curated. I love them, so I curated them from the Fat Quarter Shop and Connecting Threads, both of which I think the Fat Quarter Shop gives you free shipping if you're in the US at $80. Connecting Threads gives it at $75, and I think Connecting Threads, they ship like to Canada and Australia for only, and I think you get free shipping for like 100 or some amount. I don't remember the exact amount, but if you are outside the US, Connecting Threads still does have some good options. Or you can go and take, if you're welcome to pick your own fabric, but you can use what I selected as kind of inspiration. I did have a question on, someone was unsure of which was the light and which was the medium, which was the dark. So I'm here just to talk about that, give you all some tips. So the kit I am using is actually from Connecting Threads, and it's called MMD Quilt Kit in the quilt kit list. So if you want to make the same quilt as I'm going to, these are my colors. Yes, I gave you all in the PDF a nice where to put your fabrics, but my printer wasn't really working so well, so I just made a little card like that. So I have my A, B, C, my D, and my background. So the most important thing is to look and say, this is my background. This is going to be next to every one of your prints. So the important thing is to go, okay, do I have enough contrast? Do I have enough contrast in each one of those? And now, I think it's the A and the B, or now I can't remember if it's the B and the C, are next to each other. And so you want to kind of hold those up and make sure that there's some good contrast there too. So you can make this with a light background. I am using a white background. So most of my other fabrics are a medium to a dark. But I have quilt kits in there, so if you want to kind of look and see that have a dark a black background, and they have like lighter colors. And then I have some that are kind of a little bit more like a medium gray. And you just want to make sure that you have good contrast, because I could have this be the background, and even with the gray being the background, you can see I still have good contrast between them. So that is the most important thing, not whether it's a light or a dark, but just the contrast. So that is what I have success with. And now someone asked, do I have to use blenders or solids? I will admit, most of the quilt kits that I selected have those. That's personally what I like. Also, it's really difficult to make sure that the scale is right when I'm looking at little tiny swatches. I finally find a fabric that looks good, and then I go on to the fat quarter shop and I'm like, oh, there's only 2 yards left. And so using those blenders, they typically have a lot more in stock, so it just makes it easier. So here's just a really, this would be an extreme example. So would this be a good background? I'm not saying it couldn't work, but this being so busy, you're going to have to really be careful what you pick, so that way your pattern shows up. And so if this was one of your other fabrics, you can see it looks really nice. They're from the same collection. And if it winds up that this part's next to it, you're like, oh, okay, I can see that. But say your block, wound up being kind of this floral, and then the floral next to that design is going to get lost. The number one regret I hear when people post their mystery quilts at the end is, I wish the design stood out more. So really take your background, lay it out on the floor, and then put your other fabrics on it. And really see from a distance, from 5 feet, from 10 feet away, are you able to go and see that? So if you feel like you can see those colors and they have a good contrast between each other, then your quilt is going to look great. So that is my tip for that. And yeah, so you can go with anything. And it does say, like, preferably non-directional. I get the question a lot, can you use a directional? You can. It's just, if you look at the sneak peek, you can try to plan how things are going. But if you're doing it completely mystery and you're doing it with a directional, a lot of times, it's going to be facing all sorts of different directions. So if that bothers you, I wouldn't suggest using a directional print. If that doesn't bother you, or if it's kind of more subtle, I say go for it. So yeah, so all of the what's next to each other is all in the fabric requirements. It's in the blog, and it's on the PDF. So that is what I have. I am going to try to do these once a month, talking about different things. So if you have anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your fabrics, and feel free, if you're confused, or you're like, hey, how do you think about this fabric next to these? Like, we will, post it to the group and, get some opinions. So with that, I will sign off. Once again, if you're having any difficulties with anything, if you want clarification, if you're having issues with the download, it's MMD for Meadow Mist Designs, mysteryquilts, plural, @gmail.com. Send it to me. I will make sure that you get the file. So with that, it's Cheryl Brickey from Meadow Mist Designs, and Oreo, who's sitting there off screen right now, and we will see you soon. Look forward to seeing all of your fabrics.